Arsenal played against Liverpool at the weekend, a part of the Premier League action that took place, and that game finished 1-1 in that action. Just whilst I load up, because I forgot to load up the Premier League results from that game, we'll go straight into it actually and just talk about it overall, Joe. Liverpool in this one went ahead with James Milner, but then Lacazette equalising later on in the game with an absolutely fantastic curling finish from the left-hand side of the pitch into the bottom right-hand corner of Alisson's net to make sure it was a share of the points at the Emirates. What did you take away from this game, really, for Liverpool's sake? I mean, it's another tie against the top 6 team. The only win that you've got against the top 6 team at the moment after 3 games is, of course, the one against Tottenham. What have you taken away from it in terms of how Liverpool are progressing since last season against these top 6 teams?
Well, first of all, as the boss said, it's never a bad result getting a draw at the Emirates, but personally, we didn't start that well. It was all Arsenal from the start, and then obviously we grew into the game. We had that Mane goal wrongly disallowed for offside. There was a lot of debate on that decision, but obviously the rules have been the same for the last couple of years now, so the linesman should have known that. He was 10 yards behind play as well, so that's poor. That's raised questions with other refereeing decisions over the standard of refereeing in the Premier League at the weekend. But overall, Liverpool didn't perform that badly. Obviously, Fabinho, there was a bit of talk about him being a bit slow in the game. I think it's one of those games where it's going to be an eye-opener for him, and he'll learn from it. I think James Milner, ever present, like you say, fine wine. I've said multiple times, he's getting better with age and fantastic finish. He
doesn't like the workhorse name, though, does he? Yeah. He prefers to be seen as a more of a player than that, really.
Yeah, he's got a great record. So for every game Milner scores in, the team that he plays for does not lose. So that's 48 wins and 2 draws. So that's a pretty good record.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, can't get much better than that, can you?
Obviously, you could say with the chances we had, Van Dijk had a couple of chances, and obviously Salah had a couple. Liverpool could have won the game, obviously, but Lacazette, great finish from the angle, and pretty much fair result, maybe.
Yeah, it's good stuff. For those watching on YouTube, you just saw a bit of a technical, I don't know what to call it. Alteration. There you go. Thank you very much, Joe. Back to the Arsenal-Liverpool game. Sorry, Arsenal have been absolutely fantastic in the Premier League so far, Jamie, with how they've progressed under Unai Emery since he took over in the summer from Arsene Wenger. Is this team looking like one that could potentially be a title challenger by the end of the season because of how they played?
Well, I don't think this season, but maybe next season. When Unai came in, he started spending the big bucks, which is, of course, what most of the Arsenal fans were complaining about, was Wenger being very tight with money. Of course, Arsenal fan TV, loving it. So, man like troops, but...
Man like troops.
Please don't crucify me.
Yes, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, but I just feel like he signed Leno to replace Cech and then didn't give him a chance because Cech came back buff all over summer, so man hit the weights. Yeah. Of course, a lot of complaints after the game. I think he made a few some really good saves against Liverpool, especially with Van Dijk's effort. But yeah, he just needs to be given a chance, really. Yeah.
Still a bit dodgy though.
Yeah. And Lionel Iwobi as well.
Yeah, I mean, who would you rather see in goal then, Cech or Leno?
Leno, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone agreeing on that, Leno?
Yeah, Leno,
yeah. I think, in my opinion as well, I think Leno's pretty decent, and I think he's won that job now ever since Cech picked up that injury and had to take some time away from the game. But we will go back to the focus on Liverpool because of how we've got a Liverpool presence in the studio today, I think.
Do we?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, one person's wearing a Liverpool badge there right next to his poppy, very, very well done there. Okay, you don't need to show off your hardware, mate. I mean...
but if you'd like to just show it to the camera.
Maybe later. Luke, you're a Liverpool fan as well. Liverpool looking like they're a stronger team than what they were last season, with some of the great additions that they made over the summer, including Alisson, Shaqiri as well, being a good proven prospect off the bench, and Fabinho finally making an appearance for Liverpool in a Liverpool shirt. But a bit of a poor result in a sense, because it's another one of those games where Liverpool really failed to kill off from a winning position. I mean, you've had a couple of away games where you've been okay and you've managed to see it through. For example, the Huddersfield game, we got that one through 1-0. But against Arsenal, they didn't kill it off, and Lacazette scored in the closing couple of minutes of the game to give Arsenal a point in it. is Liverpool's inability to kill off games going to catch up to them come the end of the season and potentially ruin their title chances?
Well, I think that result's just proven that Liverpool aren't going to win the title, because I think Pep, after the City game, was like, City still didn't play well, and they pumped Southampton 6-1. So for me, that's title race over in my eyes, unless City fall off a cliff, which I highly doubt it. Just for me, it's title over. Liverpool got to win a trophy this season because Klopp spent a lot of money, and this is the time when he needs to show that we need to win a trophy, which now it looks like the FA Cup and the Champions League. And to be honest, FA Cup's our only hope.
I mean, it's a difficult one, but I knew Joe was going to Stanley it.
No, we made the Champions League final last season. Have a bit of faith in our manager. Come on.
Yeah,
He's improved the squad this
I had
season. We're top
faith
of the
in
group
the manager.
In the Champions League at the moment. So I just can't deal with fans at the moment when they're saying, early on in the season, we're in November for God's sakes, throwing away the title. All right, no, it's too early to call the title. Like, City are favourites. So I've said that from the start of the season, but we're still in with a chance. We're only 2 points behind them, so we're still in with a chance there, and we've got a very good chance of getting out this Champions League group and going a long way in the Champions League. If we could do it last season with the squad we had last year, with everything on the ground, we've improved it massively. We've got a chance this year. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, well, like, where can you see City dropping points? Because I can't see them dropping many at all. And Liverpool have a habit, like, so I watched the Huddersfield game. We were lucky to get out there with a win. We should have probably drawn that game. Arsenal, we should have won that game, but a bit of dodgy goalkeeping. Because if you come out for the ball, you've got to get the ball. If not, stay on your line. Because he wasn't really going anywhere. I think it was Iwobi wasn't really going anywhere with the ball. And Alisson rushed out like a rush of blood to the head, which is slightly worrying. That's a second error he's made this season, which is a bit worrying from your number one. That's a mistake that Karius or Mignolet would be making. And that's slightly worrying. When that's
Brendan Rodgers in.
The odd mistake is going to happen with goalkeepers. It happens all the time. De Gea's made multiple mistakes this season. He's dubbed as the best goalkeeper in the world. He's coming into the league. He's come from an Italian league where he could do that all the time, come out with a slower pace. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to learn. He's still only fairly young himself. Well, he's got, by goalkeeper terms, at 26. So he's got a good chance. Yes, he shouldn't. All right, it was a mistake at the weekend. But the defenders weren't there. They weren't defending. So he's rushed out to try and close the gap. Obviously, he's got caught out. It happens. But Liverpool have got a very good chance in the competition this season. It's early days. Let's see how we get on. If we're in contention at Christmas, we've got a good chance.